Hey, Falcons fans! I've got information that just literally dropped into my lap, and I'm telling you right now, this is the kind of news that's going to send shockwaves through the entire NFC South. We're talking about developments that could completely reshape how this season plays out, and trust me when I say you are not going to want to miss what I'm about to reveal. Before we dive into the juicy details that have my phone absolutely blowing up with calls from sources all across the organization, let me paint you a picture of where we stand right now. The Atlanta Falcons just came off that absolutely electric primetime victory against Minnesota. You know the one I'm talking about, where our defense looked like something we haven't seen in years. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets interesting. Sometimes in the NFL, momentum can shift faster than a Bijan Robinson breakaway run, and what happened in the final moments of that Vikings game is now creating ripple effects that nobody saw coming. We've got coaching decisions being made behind closed doors, roster moves being discussed in war rooms, and let me tell you something, the competition that's about to unfold is going to be intense. I'm talking about opportunities opening up that could make or break individual careers. We're looking at potential breakout stars, veteran leadership being tested, and strategic moves that could either propel us into legitimate playoff contention or, well, let's just say the alternative isn't what any of us want to think about right now. But hold up! If you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan and you want exclusive access to the hottest information that's going to define the future of this franchise, you need to act right now. Smash that like button like your life depends on it, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications, because what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes is going to absolutely shock Falcons Nation to its core. Only 1% of viewers actually subscribe. Prove that you're part of the Falcons Nation elite. You remember that feeling we had watching our defense absolutely dominate in that Vikings game? That pressure rate that had everyone's jaws dropping? That secondary that looked like they'd been playing together for years instead of just 2 games? Well, all of that is about to be put to the ultimate test, and the way this organization handles what's coming next could define our entire season. We've got a situation developing that's forcing Coach Morris and his staff to make some decisions they probably weren't expecting to make this early in the season. And when I tell you this is going to showcase the depth and character of this roster, man, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Now, let me break down what actually happened. In those final 18 seconds of the second quarter against Minnesota, right when we were building that momentum that would carry us to victory, our shutdown corner A.J. Terrell went down with a hamstring injury. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Hamstring injuries happen all the time. What's the big deal? But let me explain why this situation is different and why it's creating opportunities that could change everything. First off, Terrell didn't just walk off the field, he was ruled out for the remainder of the game as the third quarter began. That's not your typical shake it off and get back in their situation. This is serious enough that the medical staff wasn't taking any chances, and Coach Morris confirmed what we all feared: Terrell is listed as week to week moving forward. But here's where this story takes a fascinating turn, and why I'm telling you this could be the development that either makes or breaks our season. The competition that's about to unfold is unreal. Coach Morris didn't just hand the starting job to the next guy on the depth chart. Oh no, he did something that shows you exactly the kind of leader he is and the culture he's building in Atlanta. He opened up the competition. Wide open. We want to have those guys go out there and compete at a very high level this week in order to figure out who gets the best opportunity, Morris said. And let me tell you something, those words just lit a fire under every cornerback in that locker room. We're talking about D. Alford, who came in and played 20 solid snaps after Terrell went down. This guy had a knockdown pass, made some crucial tackles, and showed he can step up when the lights are brightest. But that's just the beginning of this story. Then you've got Clark Phillips III coming back from his rib injury from the preseason. This is a player who's been hungry to get back on the field, and now he's got the perfect opportunity to show what he can do. The timing couldn't be better for him to make his mark. And don't sleep on C.J. Henderson. This is a former first-round pick who the organization just brought in, and he's looking to prove that he belongs in this defense. Talk about motivation and opportunity colliding at the perfect moment. But wait, it gets even more interesting when you consider Natrone Brooks. Coach Morris called him their Swiss Army knife because this guy can play safety, nickel, and outside corner. The versatility this provides the defensive scheme is absolutely insane. Here's what's got me most excited about this whole situation. Remember how our defense has been performing through these first 2 weeks? We're ranking second in both pressure rate and sack rate. Second in the entire NFL. And a huge part of that success has been the secondary working in perfect harmony with our pass rush. Speaking of that pass rush, and this connects to everything I'm talking about, James Pierce Jr. has been an absolute monster. This rookie is ranking 5th in the entire league in pressure rate at 24.1%, and he's 4th in splash plays. We're talking about a guy who's already changing the entire narrative around our pass rush. But here's the beautiful thing about football: defense is the ultimate team sport. Your secondary and your pass rush work together like a symphony, and when one unit creates pressure, it makes the other unit's job so much easier. That's why this cornerback competition isn't just about replacing one player, it's about maintaining the chemistry and effectiveness of our entire defensive unit. And let me tell you why this Sunday against Carolina is massive. This is where we find out what this defense is really made of. Playing in Charlotte in a division matchup where every single play matters, with a potentially new starter in the secondary, that's pressure, and that's exactly the kind of situation that reveals who's ready for the big moment. The Panthers are going to test whoever starts at cornerback. You know they're going to attack that position early and often, trying to exploit what they think might be a weakness. But here's what Carolina might not realize: they might actually be walking into a situation where they're facing a player who's been waiting his entire career for this exact moment. This is where champions are made, Falcons Nation. Think about the great Falcons defenses of the past. Think about the players who stepped up when their number was called and became legends in this city. We might be witnessing the beginning of that exact same story with whoever wins this competition. And the ripple effects of this situation extend far beyond just this one position. The way Coach Morris is handling this, making it a true competition rather than just plugging in the next guy, is sending a message to the entire roster about the culture he's building. It's telling every player on this team that your opportunity can come at any moment, and when it does, you better be ready to seize it. Here's what I'm watching for in practice this week. The intensity is going to be off the charts. Every rep in practice is going to matter. Every coverage drill, every one-on-one matchup, every team period, it's all going to be evaluated as these guys compete for the right to start in a huge division game. Coach Morris has created the perfect environment for excellence to emerge. When you make guys compete for their spot rather than just handing it to them, you get the absolute best out of everyone involved. And in a league where the margins between winning and losing are razor thin, that competitive edge could be the difference between making the playoffs and watching them from home. The bottom line, Falcons family, is this. We're about to find out just how deep and talented this roster really is. We're going to discover whether the culture Coach Morris and this coaching staff have been building can withstand adversity and actually make us stronger. This isn't just about replacing an injured player, this is about proving that the Atlanta Falcons are built different this year. That we have the depth, the character, and the competitive spirit to overcome obstacles and keep pushing toward our goals. The opportunity is there. The stage is set. And come Sunday in Charlotte, we're going to see who's ready to step up and become the next chapter in Atlanta Falcons history. Stay tuned, Falcons Nation, because this story is just getting started, and I have a feeling the best is yet to come. Go Falcons!